Here's what the player that submitted the review had to say. I'm crazy inconsistent. One game I'll pop off and the next I'll struggle a ton. My hypothesis is that I'm making some critical flaw in my gameplay that some enemies know how to exploit and others don't. My best guess right now is that the timing of my engages is off. I find that really funny because what you just said literally summarized the previous episode with the Thor. My God, the first minute or two, I explained what you said and why this happens. I suggest you check that out just because I'm not going to repeat everything that I said, but you are definitely onto something, and it's so crazy how literally I just was dealing with this issue with another player that was learning how to overcome this. That's wild. However, moving on from that, should you want your gameplay reviewed, scroll down to the comment section below, check that highlighted pinned comment for instructions, reply to that comment. Your gameplay will be reviewed. Let's move on and let's check out this Black Panther gameplay. I'm actually really excited to see this, dude. I love seeing certain characters because when you watch certain characters play, it's a treat. It's a treat because mechanically they're just really fun to watch. I hate Black Panther and Spider-Man, you know, all characters that are like that. But I like watching them when I'm not going against them. I like playing them too. All right, so you're taking an aggressive angle already, which is what I love. You're flanking, you're looking for a way to go in. I really, really love this. The sad part about this is that you don't have a way to really destroy Penny's nest, so you are gonna have to wait until someone destroys it. I notice this is something that a lot of players, even in Diamond, struggle with. It's like they don't wait, they just go. And it's like, the nest needs to be destroyed before you can do anything. Chill, ping the nest, wait a couple of seconds for someone to destroy it. Let's see if we fall into that category. We do. Very good kills though. Ooh, that was smooth. That was smooth. Okay, now the thing is, it was too smooth. It was too smooth. All right. Let me quiz you. Why was that play too smooth? What was wrong with that play? The reason is, like, it to me, it didn't seem like you had enough time to figure out why you were going for a target, or like who you're going for and why. It just looked like you went. It's something that you just do naturally. It was too smooth. This is a gameplay that will get you stuck. Again, what I explained with the Thor player, this is something that will get all of these players stuck. Black Panther, Iron Fist, Thor, Hulk, like all these characters that can just kind of dive and are very hard to deal with, have inflated ranks. That's not to say that you guys typically, not to say that you guys don't deserve your rank. That's not what I'm saying. Separate your rank from your character, from your player skill. It is not the same, okay? What I'm saying though is that because your character is so hard to deal with, you can win more games because people don't know what to do. But as you climb, getting past Diamond, it's hard. Like, the amount of knowledge you need to go from Bronze to Diamond is equivalent to the amount of knowledge you'll need to get from Diamond to One Above All. The gap is massive. People know how to deal with that character when you get past Diamond. This is why I have 2 tier lists. This character is still broken and insane in my opinion, but you need to know how to do it right. And not many Panthers, Spider-Mans, Thors, Hulks, they don't really know how to do it right. And they'll end up in a position where they win some and lose some, and it just kind of goes back to back, and they stall and stagnate, and they don't really get anywhere because they're consistently playing the same way of, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. This is why I'm saying that combo was too smooth, because to me, I don't know what you're thinking about in this gameplay, obviously, but to me, it looks like you didn't have enough time to think about what you're doing. You were like, bro, I'm just gonna pull out this combo. You're in the right spot at the right time. Bam, boom, bam, kill. And that's not really how you want to play. It's not about your mechanics when you play characters like this. People put way too much emphasis on mechanics and sensitivity and aim and all that extra crap. If you are not smarter than the opponent, you will lose. Period. That's how it works. So put more emphasis on the game knowledge rather than the combos. But it was smooth. It was beautiful. I love watching it. So just kind of pausing this now because we can. Is anyone in a position to claim the space that you just made for them? But if you go in now, is anyone really in the position right now? Let's see if we go back further, because realistically, if you're in midair, you kind of can't do anything about it. So let's just say you stop here, and you instead of just flying in, you're like, okay, what's happening? Yeah, you guys are all on each other. Oh, but my team's really far away. Like, you can't pan this far, but we're going to just for the sake. Magneto's not even close. Storm's not even close. Is that Mantis? Mantis is not even close. They're over there. So should you take out anybody, what push do you have? What leverage do you have for them to capitalize on what you did? There's none right now at all. Also, eliminating who you eliminated, which I think was Cloak and Dagger. You see Thor? He went in and he got scared. I wish you seen that first, like waited for this guy to go and then you went, because you know that he fully commit to it. Was it Luna? It was Luna. Okay, I thought it was, what's her face? Okay. But you see, like you going in baited your team to go in, which then inadvertently made it so that you just lost that fight. You might be thinking, Poppin', there's no way I took out that guy and we lost that fight, bro. It's happened all the time. What's going on? You didn't really create anything. You just did a combo, you killed one person, but it didn't really help your team do anything. This is why I said waiting for people to destroy that nest is like the most GOAT thing you can ever do against a Penny, because people will bum rush it like it's not there. Just like you did. But because they seen you take out someone, they assume they can go because you did. But now you are forced to wait because your cooldowns are down, you were low HP, and you had to get healed. Like you had to polish your gameplay. So realistically, you took out Luna, but guess what? Panther got taken out the mix too. It's a 5v5 still. Nothing changed. The only difference too is that there's a nest still there. Well, that's not really a difference, huh? Because it was there already. 5v5, nothing changed, man. We accomplished nothing, and then they die. And this is where players like get mad and start flaming and stuff like that. But like realistically, read the situation. It's not about how many kills you get, especially as a DPS. Actually, any role. People focus too much on it. It's not about kills. I'd rather have a Black Panther that goes, okay, 3 is a little dramatic. Like 5 and 10, but every single time they got a kill, it allowed us to push, than a Panther that goes 20 and 0 and gets nothing accomplished. Any day of the week. Because that 5 and 10 Panther understands what they're doing. They're just not clean with it, but they know when to do things and how and why. But the 20 and 0 Panther's smooth with it, but has no clue what they're doing. That is not you right now. I haven't seen a lot of it, but I'm just putting it into perspective. That could be what's happening if you feel like you're just being inconsistent with your gameplay. Another kind of time where you went in for no reason, your team's spawning, they're all dead. Should you have gotten that kill, what happens? They spawn and get back quicker because they're closer. So nothing would have changed. But I do like that we bailed. Very good mechanics, very good game knowledge, game sense. You understand that we can't secure that kill and we're gonna bail. I also like that this puts us in a position to where everybody knows that you're behind them. I do this a lot too. I want you to know that I'm here. It's the threat of dying that's gonna scare you. So I really like that. You don't always need to fly in. You could just throw a spear and just kind of wiggle. You don't need to fly in. Again, your team's not there. It's just we're really kill thirsty. But as I said before, characters like this inflate players' ranks. And it's not to say that the players are bad, but you can definitely tell a good Panther from a great Panther. And just like in that Thor video, I said it and I'll say it again. This is why players think, oh my God, Panther sucks in high rank. Spider-Man sucks, needs a buff in high rank. Iron Fist sucks. Thor sucks. They don't suck. The player is just so used to getting freebies, whether you're on PC or console, they're so used to getting freebies because the character is very hard to deal with, that when they reach players that understand how to deal with you, all of a sudden the character sucks. Heaven forbid it's my own gameplay. It's the character's gameplay. I'm not saying that's you, by the way. I'm just saying in general, this is what I see a lot. It is not the character. But when it doesn't work, all of a sudden it is the character. No, the character's fine, man. Character's fine. Did they capitalize on what you did, even though you died? I don't look like it. Oh, they did. Perfect. This is why. This is why, like, Black Panther, Spider-Man, like all these characters are so strong. It's because you don't actually need to do your job well to get the benefits of it. The 5 and 10 Black Panther can pull off the same thing, or I mean, can be better off than a 20 and 0 Panther. Why? The character is hard to deal with. It really does a good job of taking advantage of every situation if played right. Because the thing is, people have to pay attention to you. It's kind of like the Hulk when he goes in and he doesn't get any kills. If you survive, you're essentially a dive tank. You just aren't, you know, that's what you are. You're an annoying dive tank, essentially. He didn't need to waste that ult. But I respect it. Don't like going back here. You don't really need to be on point. That's not really your job. Your job is to prevent people from getting to the point and or pressuring the situation. Where do they spawn from usually? Well, they spawn from over there, right? Their spawns are static. They don't change. So where could you be? Maybe you can be up here, right? Be here. Throw a spear when you see someone walk up and then keep wiggling, right? They're gonna notice you. And then what you're gonna do is run over here, run up. They're gonna hear you and it's gonna scare them. Psychologically, what are they gonna do? Panther's there, guys. Scared. Panther's there. Panther's there. And then if you pop out there, they're gonna back up. You're creating space as a DPS. You're scaring them. There needs to be a lot more game knowledge and thought process going on with your gameplay. You're not the only one that struggles with this. Every single player that plays these characters, even, well, they don't really usually get past Diamond, let me be honest. Like, usually when I have an account to Diamond, or I'm running through it, you can tell who's probably been there for a while and why they don't climb. And it's generally because they don't really have any game knowledge. They're just very skilled at pressing buttons, you know? I guess Street Fighter and Tekken kind of work that way too, right? If you're very good mechanically, even if you have no game knowledge, but your character is a pain in the butt to deal with, and you're very good at clicking those buttons, you will most likely beat out a lot of players until you get to players that understand it. The players that beat you might not be the flashiest players, right? But they'll be someone who's better at the game than you, game knowledge-wise. Again, we're just kind of doing stuff with no real reason. Let Venom go first. Let this guy soak up everything. If you don't know how this nest works, I'm about to spoil everything for all Penny players. I apologize. Don't hate me. I spoil everything for everybody. Let's be honest. The way this works is periodically it shoots every, like, I'm gonna say 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, somewhere around there. And it'll shoot 3 mines. So let's just say Venom dives in. He soaks up the first 3. You have a few seconds to play without the mines, right? You can use those few seconds to hit it. You can use those few seconds to kill somebody. But this is why you allow him to go first. He soaks up the initial burst of the nest. And then you can go. Some people think, I'm not saying it's you, but a lot of people think that like it's always there and it's always on. It's not. If you walk up and the spiders go and explode or something like that, they're not going to spawn again for a few seconds, and you can use that as a way to get into Penny. Sorry, Penny players. I play Penny too. I apologize. Don't get mad. So like having Venom go down first, look, you'll notice it. See how the spiders go, right? And then more came out, but you see how more is still not coming out yet? Look how long it takes. And then it shoots out more. So it's periodic. It's not all the time. So just keep that in mind when you're playing and when you're going for stuff. You can play around that part of it. You might have already known though, but this is just for people who didn't, obviously. You're not the only one I'm trying to help. Why did that work out? Wait a second. What, did we do the wrong thing again? Let me see. I swear that was it. I was like, okay, Venom went in, you're going in, pop. What happened? What went wrong? I didn't actually like see. I was too focused on the Penny nest. Okay. You whiffed the spear pretty hard there. I don't think you accomplished anything. You just looked cool. Bro, Panther's crazy. I don't think you actually accomplished anything. You just look like you were from the Marvel movie. Hold up. You go in, you get a kill. That was already really low. You threw the other spear, but you whiffed. Oh no, you tagged Penny, luckily. And you dashed. You used spun kick. So you just kind of like tunnel visioned on Penny because she had Mark. We didn't accomplish anything for the amount of time that our Venom was in there. Our DPS, which was... Oh, our Winter Soldier was dead the entire time. Okay. That's fine. So nothing really got accomplished by you and or the Venom / Winter Soldier. Remember, you really want to think about, like, you don't really want to go in until you know you can secure a kill. It doesn't seem like... Okay, because you play a lot of Panther, hopefully, it looks like you do. You understand, like, when you can 100 to 0 a target. But that doesn't mean you can 100 to 0 that target. Yeah, I'm trying to say, like, you're basically making it so that you have to work harder for kills. You have to do everything perfect for kills. When you're going in as any character, usually you want to try to go for kills that are easier. So that way you have to do less work, be less precise. So if we had to run that back, let's see if we could have like seen how this worked out. I think I personally would have just waited and even had a better angle than what you had there. Because it wasn't necessarily a bad angle. Oh, I went really far back. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. All right. Remember, psychological. If you pop out here, they see you. You're not like not gonna be seen. You're not invisible. Be scary. That's the problem with that character. He's annoying and scary. Be psychological, right? Just do something crazy. You could even have like ran here and you just jet it up here and then hid. Bro, I'm telling you, that psychological pressure ain't no joke with this character. Use it. But now you're doing that thing where you don't analyze the situation at all. You're in midair and you're forced to think in the span of a few seconds. Bro, look at it. You can't see through walls. Don't try to lie. What do you see right now? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Winter Soldier. Let's actually play this in a few seconds. Hold up. We'll play this like actually real life. Okay. You see Winter. Free low. You're like, I'm gonna kill Winter. Maybe not. Okay. We really think about it. Let's try again. Oh, wait, we can't. Okay, we're going back in. We're going back in. Like, what are you viewing before you fly in, right? Like, I know you're trying, but you make it so you have to react to like split-second decision making, and you don't have to. That's rough. I think you just need to slow down. I think you need to slow down. Slow down, actually, like, think about what you're doing before you do it. You're very, like, mechanical. And it's a pleasure to watch, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. But, like, you're not going to beat out any players that understand what to do. Is that the same exact concept? Yeah, look, you glance for a few seconds. In midair, you're trying to think about what to do. Is it easier for someone to think about how to approach a situation with 3 seconds on the clock, or with 5, or with 6, or 8, or 10, right? Give yourself more time. You'll be good. Because what if you actually gave yourself more time to think about, well, what do I do after I kill that target? But you're spitballing it. You kill the target, and now you're spitballing. I don't know what to do anymore. Let's go. What if you actually had a plan after this? Right? Now you could be like, well, Poppin', I had a plan. Your gameplay doesn't speak that way. And so I'm only going off what I'm seeing. If you were in a game that I was in, I would just think that you didn't really, you just kind of fly around with no real thought process behind it, and we would just abuse that. Right? Grandmasters will abuse that, Celestials will abuse that. One above all will definitely abuse that. Eternally would abuse that. Be careful. Learn now when you're in a rank where people aren't really super dangerous, you know? Like, you might see a lot of clips of these good Panthers or good Winter Soldiers or Spider-Man, but I promise you, it's not all what you see on the surface. It's not all flashy. They are understanding the whole situation, processing it, and then making something happen afterward. It just might look like they're going crazy. Unless they're smurfing, then obviously they're not thinking at all. But if they're playing on their main account, I guarantee you they're not moving so quickly. Just slow down a little bit and you'll be able to really go ham. You did it again. It's like you don't really think about anything before you go. Now, I did see you look at Squirrel Girl. Don't get me wrong. But you're putting yourself in a position where it's like, if anything else that I was not paying attention to goes south, I'm relying on my mechanics to bail me out. You don't want to always rely on mechanics. Just make plays that don't require mechanics. You know what I mean? Look at you. Look at all this work you have to do. When you could have just poked your head out and threw the spear in the first place. And you could have not taken any damage. and you'd have been chilling because now you're out the fight. You have less HP to work with. Yes, he does more damage when he's low, but just kind of keep in mind, you do have less HP to work with. Imagine if you had maybe 100 more HP to work with there. You could have gotten out. But also, imagine if we thought about before going in there. So I'm not going to keep harping on the same thing, but it pretty much is that. It's the same exact thing over and over. And it's causing you to have a harder game. You're putting yourself in positions where you have to think in a split second, which obviously is never going to go well. And you're not really understanding the why you're doing anything. You just see a whole bunch of squishy targets and try to one-shot them with no real, like, if I get this target out, what happens? Can my team have an easier time doing anything? Can my team have an easier time securing their kills? Am I trying to get a kill or get them low enough for someone else to pick them up? Like, what is your goal when you go for each fight? If you realistically look at your gameplay from like a day or two ago, and you, every time you went in, just ask yourself, why did I even do that? If you can't answer that consistently, there's a problem. You should know why you're doing something. This is why when I reviewed my games for my climb, when I took every role to diamond, I was able to review them and explain what I was thinking in the process, even though I watched it a day later. Consistently thinking about what you're doing is going to have you have a way better outcome. And because you are doing things consistently, you have a lot of trial and error happening, right? If I go for a kill and it's like, I'm gonna go for that Luna because I think I can kill her, and you don't 100 to 0 the Luna, well then it's like, maybe I should throw a spear first and then do another spear and then go for it, because then she's less HP and she's probably not gonna live with a little bit left. Okay, what if you go in and I get frozen? Oh, maybe I should wait and go in after, you know? What if I go in and get them low and my team capitalizes? Oh, but they weren't around. Okay, so I just need to wait. You see how like you can problem solve your own gameplay when it's consistent. Bro, if you just willy-nilly do stuff, it's super hard to really fix anything because you don't really know what was going on in the first place. I'm only going on a ham on you. I'm only giving you that tough love because you're diamond. I don't really have any softness for diamond players and above. It's because most of the time, like, you're so good at this point that in order for you to get better, you need someone to really go hard on you. This isn't the first game that I've helped people in. I used to professionally coach League of Legends for like 13 plus years. There is a different thing you need to be, there's a different way you need to approach players that are this high. Like, I have to like go ham. But once you improve on this, bro, like I said, you got smooth gameplay. You have smooth gameplay. Like I do like watching your Panther, but it's just not enough right now. You need to get more. There was too much emphasis on your mechanics, which led you down this path. But players who think more about game knowledge before their mechanics, they learn a lot more. This is actually how I approach games. I won't play mechanical characters at the start because I want to learn how to even play the game in the first place, you know? Not saying you didn't do that, but I'm just like saying my own personal story. Nice, nice, nice. Good, yeah, this is what you need to do. Why weren't we doing this type of stuff before? You need to adopt your defense gameplay and put it into your attack, bro. You'd be going ham. You're waiting, you're looking back. All this stuff you were not doing when you were attacking, bro. What's going on? You're still looking back, checking? You're a legend now. Okay, you're doing that thing where you just instantly go though. And you're like, all right, how'd I make something happen? And it works, but it shouldn't have. You're gonna do it again. That was a more precise target and precise kill. Do you even notice the difference between that kill that you just did now? Like, if we play both of those kills, this is important. This is very important. We'll play this at normal speed. Look at the difference between this kill versus this kill. Look how much slower and more precise that was. The other one was like, oh, I hit somebody. Let me do a combo because I know I'll kill you. That one was like, bro, you're in that spot. That's what I'm talking about. You see how you put yourself in a position to have to play perfectly, otherwise you don't get the kill? Don't do that. It's very easy to just wait for a kill that's easy, just like what you did before with that one. This is why your play is inconsistent. It's not your engage timing, it's you're just making it really hard for you to play the game. You will get out of that eventually though, as long as you continue to focus on it. Again, same thing, right? Precise. Again, same thing, precise. Rocket gets away, but you would have had that kill should have been anybody else. Dude, perfect. You thought about it, he was like, nah, never mind. That's what you need to do. Imagine, you do that all game, bro. You wouldn't be dying so much. I mean, you didn't really die a lot, but you know what I mean. You just wouldn't be dying as much as you did. That was very good. I love that. Your defense gameplay is like way better than your offense gameplay. Maybe you feel pressured to have to like do things. I don't know. Thank God you didn't go in for that one. Bro, you were looking. You see, that's your pattern. Your pattern is I check and I need to decide in 2 seconds if it's right or wrong. Sometimes you need more time to check, but you don't have enough and you just pick one. Either you end up dead or you don't go. Nice, very precise. You read that situation. Okay. That's kind of one of those, yeah. It's looking like combo-y again. It's not looking like you're like assessing anymore. You see how like much you fail when you don't take the time? Well, not fail like as a player, but just fail on a kill. When you don't take the time to actually plan the kill out, you just do a pattern. Jump up, throw a spear, boom, bam, shamalam, and then you run away. Should you actually preemptively see what you're about to do in your head, and then you go for it, it's much cleaner and you're more successful. The slower kills are when you're more successful. The quick combo kills is where you just kind of whiff everything, or you might hit it but get no kills off of it. You weren't waiting for cooldowns. You weren't waiting for abilities. Sometimes you can go in, distract for a little bit, get a cooldown, leave, come back, kill them because their cooldown is low. There's none of that. There's no thought process in the gameplay other than combo, 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 easy kill. There's gotta be more if you really want to get out of diamond. You need to do way more. Because right now, it's literally just, if a team knows how to deal with you, you win. I mean, you lose. If a team doesn't know how to deal with you, you win. And you actually explain that in your post. Like, you are well aware of what's going on. But it's not just at certain spots. It's throughout the entirety of your gameplay. So, the bright side is, though, your gameplay is so smooth that, your gameplay is so smooth that I feel like this is just an easy fix. If you just relax. You know, there is a timer at the top and I do get it's stressful, but like relax a little bit. Like take 1 or 2 seconds to assess before you go. With the amount of mechanics you have right now, bro. Crazy. Like even console Panther players have the same mechanics that you have. High ranked console players have the same mechanics as you have. Well, if they're really high ranked, they're probably better than what you have. But a lot of the kills that they go for are smart kills. Same thing if you watch it on the computer, like on your leaderboard. What you can do is go to the leaderboard. I like to watch games from both platforms. People think platforms matter. There's no difference, bro. Everybody's the same brain underneath the hood. It's just how you press buttons. That's all. But you'll notice similarities between the two. But that's just me. That's what I like to do. I like to study. Like I said, I used to professionally coach for 13 plus years. I like to study and see all the cool stuff. But the mechanics do not matter. If they did, you would be that high. Trust me. Slow down your gameplay. Slow it down. Every PC console players, both. The Panthers that slow down, the Spider-Man players that slow down and really think about what they're doing, why they're doing it. I'm going in for a kill. I'm going in to distract. I'm going in for a cooldown usage. I'm going in. Bro, you'd be one of the greats. You will improve mechanics as you play. Don't focus too much on trying to nail everything. Just go for easy kills. Go for easy setups. Think about everybody, not just you. You be killing it, dude. I'm trying to tell you, you'd be killing it. If you guys are enjoying the reviews, if you're getting a lot out of the reviews, if you want to help support the channel, please consider becoming a member. Scroll down and click that join button down below, or go to the description down below and you'll see a link down there, and that will also take you to the join page. But I do appreciate all the members that are supporting already. It really means a lot, and this is why I can do reviews and stuff like this. So again, if you are enjoying these, if you would like to see more of these, maybe if you have friends that like to have the reviews, maybe tell them about it. I mean, if you want to support that, again, consider becoming a member. It really helps me out with the channel and the content that I create. Also, next season, next half season, so like in 7 days, something like that, whatever, I'm gonna be having some more member stuff going on. So, you know, make sure to check back with that if you do become a member. Check that members post. But thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Again, dude, you got this. And until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. We'll often.